Hey guys, this is Paul from Southern Maryland Divers. Doing another product review today for you guys. I would like to put these on YouTube so you can kind of get a glimpse at what we carry in the shop and some of the features and whatnot before you head in. Obviously we'd love to get you in the shop to actually put your hands on this stuff, which is going to be the best way to explain everything to you, but this is a good in-between for that. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite products that we carry in the shop, and that's the Aqua Lung Legend Regulator. A couple of reasons that it's my favorite. One of the reasons being that it's the best breathing regulator I've ever used, and I've used quite a few over the years, 1,000+ dives. I've used a ton of regulators, and this thing just breathes like a dream. There's really, well, there is no other regulator that I've used that has breathed as easy as this regulator, so something to be said for that. Anyway, we're going to get right into it as far as unboxing this guy and showing you what this is all about. So that's what comes in the box. Pretty much just the regulator and the manual here. We're going to take this out, and I am going to put the box aside just to get rid of this as far as the video goes. It does come with a standard mouthpiece, and this is actually a little bit better than a standard mouthpiece. It has the bite wings on it, but I'm going to show you the comfort mouthpiece that's on the regulator itself in just a second. So if you don't like the comfort mouthpiece, you can swap it out with this mouthpiece, which it comes with. And this is the regulator itself, and we're going to go over some features here. I'm going to make sure that we get focused in here real quick. Alright, so features, this is the Legend LX regulator. So we just did one on the Legend. This is the Legend LX, which is the next step up in the Legend series. The step above this would be the Lux, and the step below this is just the baseline Legend. They all breathe phenomenally. This is the one that I prefer, actually, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So we're going to go back to the first stage. We'll start with the first stage here first. This is a yoke first stage. It has two high pressure ports on the left side, and two low pressure ports and a high pressure port, and again on the other side, two low pressure ports and a high pressure port. So you have a lot of options as far as what you want to do. If you want to have a tank transmitter, or you know, an extra, you could have tank transmitter here and a regular analog gauge over here. You could have extra inflator hoses for a dry suit. You could have all kinds of stuff attached to this, and you got plenty of options with all those ports. The other cool thing about this is the ports are angled perfectly for hose routing. So this was really designed around the hose routing being perfect when you get it set up on a diver, which is really nice. So standard on all of Aqua Lung's regulators from the core on up is the ACD. ACD stands for auto closure device, and I'm going to get here and see if we can focus real quick on this. What that means is that when this regulator is not on a tank, this first stage is completely closed to the environment. So I could pour water on this right now, it wouldn't go inside of this. When you attach it to a tank, this collar pushes down. See if I can even get it to where you can see, pushes down and opens. See how it's pushing down there? So what that does is keeping it sealed from any outside influences. This is just more or less to keep the bulk of the dirt off. And that's really nice as far as keeping all of the lubricants in here in place and from washing out. So when water and stuff gets in there, it washes those lubricants out. When we get these back from rebuild, or we get these back for rebuild, the inside of these things are absolutely pristine because of that auto closure device. So it really does work. We have a flex braided hose. This hose, super strong. You can literally tie a knot in it, undo it, and it's not going to have any kinks in it. Also makes the regulator sit in your mouth very, very comfortably because it's not going to pull like a rubber hose would. It doesn't hold any form. The Lux version has a gold-plated piece up here. This is the LX version, which has the silver plate. We also have the Twighlight plate, which is purple, more or less. This is a Supreme, and so it has the lip shield, which is removable for cold water. This goes up against your lips and makes it much more comfortable. Those work phenomenally. And then we have the comfort mouthpiece, which was designed by a dentist. So this curves in the roof of your mouth. It has the bite wings down here. Super, super comfortable mouthpiece. Sits in your jaw. You don't have any jaw fatigue. The other feature about this, so the difference between the Legend, which is the one we just did, has a Venturi switch here. This has the master breathing system. And the master breathing system is simple and effective way to adjust the breathing performance of your Legend Lux LX. So 2 functions at one time. It controls the direction of air, which alters the Venturi effect, which is normally just a switch on most regulators. And it also fine-tunes the opening effort, so you can really fine-tune the cracking effort of this regulator using this master breathing system control switch here. And that's the big difference between the Legend and the Legend LX, is this master breathing system. Otherwise, they're pretty much identical, with the exception of the aesthetics and the silver or the Twighlight. And so the master breathing system, once you get underwater, makes it really, really nice to be able to fine-tune that breath. Again, the Legend series, they're all overbalanced regulators, so the deeper you go, the easier it's going to be to breathe. Superior breather at depth. And a balanced second stage, so it adjusts for atmospheric changes, pressures, and makes it so that you don't feel any difference in the breathing effort, the cracking effort as you go deeper. Really a solid regulator, one of the best breathing regulators I've ever used, and you really can't go wrong. Parts for life comes standard with these guys. You buy it from us and this is how it works. Let's say that you bought the regulator today and you took it home. A year from today, you're going to bring it back to us and we're going to do an inspection on the regulator. There's a form we fill out for Aqua Lung. We do the inspection. Providing it doesn't need any work, you get it back for another year. 2 years from today, you bring it back to us. We do a full rebuild on everything, so the first stage and the second stage gets torn completely apart. We replace all the O-rings, all the pieces inside, and you get those parts for free from Aqua Lung. Now you have to keep on that schedule, so the first year you got to bring it back and get that inspection done, and then the second year you got to. So what I tell people is go ahead and create an event in your phone, a reminder for those dates, so that you don't forget to bring it in. Anyway, if you keep on the schedule, every 2 years you're going to get those parts paid for by Aqua Lung. They foot the cost of the parts, which means you're only paying for labor for rebuild, which is for an Aqua Lung Legend, you're probably talking about $100, $120 in parts. And so over 2 or 3 rebuilds, you can see that'll probably pay for the regulator, almost pay for the regulator. 2 things, it entices you to stay on the schedule, the rebuild, so it keeps your regulator nice and safe, but then it also saves you money. So this is really a no-brainer as far as a good first purchase regulator, because if you keep up with the schedule, you can just really, over the lifespan of the regulator, it will pay for itself with that Parts for Life program. We stock these in the shop pretty much all the time, unless we happen to be out for one reason or another, but we do keep stock in the shop. So we encourage you to come on by and take a look at it, put your hands on it, and feel how sturdy it is. I can show you some more features about it and how it works, kind of stuff that's outside of the scope of this, but I could talk about this all day and then the videos would be forever long, but we're not going to do that. So yep, we'd be glad to get you in one. Stop in the shop, we can show you what the pricing is all about, and then get you suited up and then headed out with your new regulator. In the meantime, visit our website, www.somddivers.com. You can do a Google search for Southern Maryland Divers, it'll pop right up. And we have a bunch of product reviews on YouTube, so check them out. Until next time, we'll see you later.